Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast, and today we have some interesting things to go over today, and basically that's really all I have to start with. I think we're going to go ahead and start off with one of our first songs, and our first song is Daylight by David Kushner. Enjoy.
Telling myself I won't go there. Oh, but I know that I won't care. Trying to wash away all the blood I've spilled. This loss is a burden that we both share. Two sinners can atone from a lone prayer. Souls tied, intertwined by pride and guilt. There's darkness in the distance from the way that I've been living, but I know I can't resist it. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. You and I drink the poison from the same vine. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Hiding all of our sins from the daylight, from the daylight, running from the daylight, from the daylight, running from the daylight. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Telling myself it's the last time. Can you spare any mercy that you might find? If I'm down on my knees again, deep down, way down, Lord, I try to follow your light, but it's nighttime. Please don't leave me in the end. There's darkness in the distance. I'm begging for forgiveness, but I know I might resist it. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. You and I drink the poison from the same vine. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Hiding all of our sins from the daylight, from the daylight, running from the daylight, from the daylight, running from the daylight. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time.
Alright, well that was our first song that we went over, Daylight by David Kushner. Amazing song, great job. But the first thing we have on our list today that I think we're going to start to talk about, which I'm sure most of you have heard about it and seen a lot on the news about it here recently, is about the Titan submersible tragedy. So from what we know, it was a submersible that it would go down and you were able to see the Titanic from it. But recently, apparently 5 people were on board the Titan, even including the CEO of the expeditions. Eventually, they realized that it didn't ever come back up. And so people were starting to get worried and whatnot, and recently an LED by the U.S. Coast Guard, an international group of agencies, is now investigating the submarine's apartment implosion last month during a dive towards the Atlantic Ocean seafloor to visit the Titanic. So that's quite surprising in my opinion, and really feel bad for all the people that had to pass away in there. But after the pieces of the Titan were on Wednesday brought ashore in Newfoundland, the U.S. Coast Guard revealed a statement that most of them had ended up being presumed as human remains, and no one that we can know of now has actually survived from it. So that's sad, and I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I feel bad for the family of all the people that had to go down in it, and apparently too there was a son and father that went in it, and they both were also presumed dead too. So I mean, honestly, that's just that is something else. But I don't think they're going to make another submersible anytime soon that's going to be taking people down to see the Titanic after what has just recently happened. Like, that is outrageous and quite amazing and surprising. But that's just, I feel bad for all the families and the people that died in a submersible, and prayers to you. But we're going to go ahead and get started with our next song. This next song is called Highs and Lows by Prince and Gabriella B.
You know that I'll be there for the highs and lows. Give you mine if your heart gets broke. By your side when you're all alone, I will be there.
And I'll be there for the highs and lows. Give you mine if your heart gets broke. By your side when you're all alone, I will be there.
I Prince, I'll be there through the highs and lows. We all know life gets tough when you're by yourself, it's a lonely road. If you ever need someone, stop crying around and call my phone. And
I will be there.
Yo, look, these highs and lows are a part of life. Live every day like it's your last. I left my past, the future's bright. If you leave the dark, you'll find the light. If you're going through highs and lows, remember
I will be there. And I'll be there for the highs and lows. Give you mine if your heart gets broke. By your side when you're all alone, I will be there.
I feel like I take life easy, you'll never see me on the driver's wheel. Always the passenger side of the journey, let me sit back and enjoy my meal. Nonchalant, I keep myself to myself. You ain't gonna hear my plans, I keep my circle small. Seen too many man try giving their hope in hand. Haha, they see me winning, I'm making more and I'm speaking less. I prove them wrong every time I sing, they make a mistake and they second guess. They know I got G.O.D. on my side and he told me
I will be there. I'll be there for the highs and lows. Give you mine if your heart gets broke. By your side when you're all alone, I will be there. I'll be
Alright, so there we go. That was Highs and Lows by Prince and Gabriella B. That was quite an amazing song too, in the same way. So recently there's been news about this guy. So apparently from what we know, he and his wife were in the car and they were unloading groceries and stuff, and all of a sudden they see this car, and it just drives straight into this lake, and the lake is like full of ice and all that, and the guy, he jumps in the lake, and when he jumps in the lake, he goes down to the car and he gets the lady out. And eventually, when they got her out, she didn't talk much, and his wife called the police, and they wrapped her in a blanket and tried to keep her warm, and eventually she did end up starting to talk a little bit, and she said that the reason she was doing that, she was trying to commit suicide, and he saved her from committing suicide. So that just proves to you there are some real life heroes out there that really are willing to do anything to save anyone that there is. I mean, he didn't even know who that woman was. It was just a random person that he found on there in the middle of the road that just drove their car straight in there. Like, why would you, if you're gonna commit suicide, why would you just drive your car straight into a frozen lake when you know there's a whole bunch of other people around that are just gonna go straight out and save you? And I mean, nowadays it doesn't honestly, it doesn't even seem like there's many people like that anymore. There's hardly any nice people around anymore, and it's like there are still some really good people out there who are they're willing to save people they don't even know, and it's honestly just, I think it's amazing, and it's just proves to you that there are really some real life heroes out there. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get on to our next song. Our next song is Stranger by Stellar. Hope you enjoy.
Polaroid, a thing of the past, a moment caught in a flash that we both wanted to last, yeah. I used to know you well, but now you're a ghost, and when I look at your posts, you never get any show. I fell in love with someone I don't know anymore. Sometimes I wonder if you think of me anymore. Stranger to me now, on the other side of town. I ain't ever coming round. Whoa, you're a stranger to me now, on the other side of town. I ain't ever coming round. Whoa, you're a stranger to me. Ain't it kinda funny that you used to love me? Whoa, just a stranger to me. Ain't it kinda funny that you used to love me? Just a stranger to me. Familiar faces that look like you, they tend to mess with my head just like it's deja vu. It's always right when I think I'm getting over you that it feels like I assault inside an open wound. I fell in love with someone I don't know anymore. Sometimes I wonder if you think of me anymore. You're a stranger to me now, on the other side of town. I ain't ever coming round. Whoa, you're a stranger to me now, on the other side of town. I ain't ever coming round. Whoa, you're a stranger to me. Ain't it kinda funny that you used to love me? Whoa, just a stranger to me. Ain't it kinda funny that you used to love me? Just a stranger to me.
Alright, there is Stranger by Stellar. Amazing song. Thank you. So our next story, which is this story is honestly just, I think it's crazy, and it's just, oh gosh. Okay. So there's this man. named Joe Rogan. So there was this dog walked into the vet one time, and it was this big Jack pit bull. You guys have probably already heard the story and whatnot. It was big Jack pit bull and whatnot, and it just had cuts all over him, hundreds and hundreds of cuts. And the veterinarians, they're like, what the heck happened to him? Like, I mean, and the man just says, I don't know, I came home from a walk and he was all scarred up and bloody. And eventually the dog owner goes out of his house and he walks up the hills and he follows his dog's blood trail. And eventually he gets far up the hills and he finds 9 dead coyotes. That dog was something else. That dog was he was vicious. I mean, now you know where all the cuts came from. He was fighting all those coyotes, and the coyotes were fighting back, but let me tell you, they lost. And they clearly did. 9 coyotes. That is something you don't find every day, especially from a dog. But that's a strong dog. And that just tells you that there are some dogs out there that they're ripped. But that's an amazing story. That's a really savage pit bull. But we're going to go ahead and get on to our next song. Our next song is called Hey Mama by David Guetta featuring Nicki Minaj, Baby Rexha, and Afrojack. Hope you enjoy.
Yes, I be your baby. Yes, I be whatever that you tell me when you're ready. Yes, I be your girl, forever your lady. You ain't never gotta worry, I'm down for you, baby. Best believe that when you need that, I'll provide that. You will always have it. I'll be on deck, keep it in check. When you need that, I'ma let you have it. Beating my drum like dum diddy day. I like the dirty rhythm you play. I wanna hear you calling my name like hey mama, mama, hey mama. Banging the drum like dum diddy day. I know you want it in the worst way. I wanna hear you calling my name like hey mama, mama, hey mama. Be your man. Yes, I do the cooking, yes, I do the cleaning. Plus, I keep the nana real sweet for your eating. Yes, you be the boss, and yes, I be respecting whatever that you tell me, cause it's game you be spitting. Oh, best believe that when you need that, I'll provide that. You will always have it. I'll be on deck, keep it in check. When you need that, I'ma let you have it. Beating my drum like dum diddy day. I like the dirty rhythm you play. I wanna hear you calling my name like hey mama, mama, hey mama, mama. Banging the drum like dum diddy day. I know you want it in the worst way. I wanna hear you calling my name like hey mama, mama, hey mama, mama. Whole crew got the juice, yo came the truth. My screams is the proof, them other dudes get the deuce. So when I speed in the coupe, leaving this interview, it ain't nothing new, I've been fucking with you. None of them niggas ain't taking you, just tell them to make a you, huh? That's how it be, I come first like debut, huh? So baby, when you need that, give me the word, I'm no good, I'll be bad for my baby. Make sure that he's getting his share. Make sure that his baby take care. Make sure I'm on my toes, on my knees, keep him please, rub him down, be a lady and a freak. Oh. Beating my drum like dum diddy day. I like the dirty rhythm you play. I wanna hear you calling my name like hey mama, mama, hey mama, mama. Banging the drum like dum diddy day. I know you want it in the worst way. I wanna hear you calling my name like hey mama.
Alrighty, there was Hey Mama by David Guetta and featuring all of his extra artists. Now our next story is quite small but also quite confusing, and no one really knows what the purpose of it was. So, recently, not too long ago, President Biden, he was on a set on live television, I believe on MSNBC. And before the show was even over, and before it was even to a commercial break, with cameras still rolling, Biden just got out of his chair, shook his hands, and awkwardly walked away. Why would he even do this? Like, he was still in the middle of the interview, like it wasn't even the commercial break yet, and he just walked off. Like, people still don't even know why he did this, or like, it doesn't make sense. And even the host had said don't go anywhere, and then he just made his exit walking right behind her. Like, what is the purpose of that? Like, he was still going. Like, what is he doing? It's live TV. But honestly, I don't even know anymore. It makes no sense. He just left. Was it a bathroom run or something? Like, he's just lost now. Like, I don't even know why he would do something like that. I mean, it's just like the camera was still rolling and he just walked off. He just left. He just left the whole interview. But that's quite interesting actually. But we're going to head into our last song now. This song is by another song by Stellar, and this is called Bad Dream. Enjoy.
Oh God, not this again. 'Cause I've been up for 4 nights, living like a low life. I don't even know who I am anymore. Driving through the red lights, couldn't read your stop signs, yelling at my face and you slamming the door. We blame it on you, but it's all because of you. We blame it on you, but it's all because of you. 'Cause it's all starting to feel like a bad dream now, and I can't wake up, and I can't wake up. 'Cause it's all starting to feel like a bad dream now, and I can't wake up, and I can't wake up. 'Cause it's all starting to feel like it. I'm walking down a hallway, am I going the wrong way? I don't even know who I am anymore. 'Cause I've been running backwards, I've been sleeping on a mattress in the middle of these 4 walls. 23 missed phone calls. We blamed it on you, but it's all because of you. We blamed it on you, but it's all because of you. 'Cause it's all starting to feel like a bad dream now, and I can't wake up, and I can't wake up. 'Cause it's all starting to feel like a bad dream now, and I can't wake up, and I can't wake up. 'Cause it's all starting to feel like it. But it's all because of you. We blame it on you, but it's all because of you.
Alrighty, that was Bad Dream by Stellar. Hope you enjoyed. Now, for our final story, quite a surprising one, actually. Really, I would have never expected anything like this to have happened, but a few days ago, on one of the most famous game shows that's been around for quite a long time, hosted by Steve Harvey, Family Feud, there was a team, and there was this guy and his wife were on this team, and they had won $20,000. They got the 200 points on the last game question thing. Like, if you watch Family Feud, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the next day, the police were called to a home, and a guy said, "My wife is missing." And it was that same exact guy who won the $20,000. And eventually, when the police got to his house, they were looking for his wife and whatnot, and eventually they found out that that guy killed his wife the day after he won $20,000. Now, they say that it didn't have anything to do with them winning $20,000, but like, dude, you just won $20,000 and you're not even going to be able to enjoy it. You're going to end up in prison for forever because you just killed your wife. And if anything, your $20,000 is going to get taken or put towards your books and your commissary and all that stuff, or part of bail, or any, like, why would you do that? Like, that's just crazy. That just shows you how crazy some people are out there in this world. And I mean, that's just ridiculous. And why would anybody do that? I mean, you knew that if you were going to get caught, you wouldn't even be able to use all of that money that you got, because you're going to end up in prison for a long time, and you're not going to be able to use that money while you're there. That's just like, I don't know. Some people are just outrageous nowadays, and honestly, crazy. But I don't even know what to say anymore. That's just outrageous. But anyways, that is going to be the end of episode 1, season 1 of my podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you really did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. Doesn't matter to me. And make sure to come in next Monday at 9 p.m. I know that this video and this podcast is getting done a little bit later than our normal time, but that's okay. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next podcast. But that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye, everyone.